We're now going to subtract a fraction from a whole number. And the first situation is where the whole number is just 1. So if we take a look at our example part A, we want to work out 1 subtract 3/4. Now, what we do is we look at the denominator of the fraction that we're subtracting. It tells us the number of slices that make up the whole number. So in other words, there are 4 slices that make up this whole number of 1. And we're subtracting 3 of those slices. So we're clearly going to be left with 1 slice. Now we don't write 1. We say that there's 1 slice remaining out of the 4 slices. So we write answer 1/4. Okay, again, we could show it diagrammatically. I could draw a circle that represents the 1, the whole number, the 1 whole. We could then break it up into 4 equal slices. And remember, we said we were subtracting 3 of those slices. So if I shade in 3 of those slices, that is what's being subtracted. And then the remaining slice that's unshaded is what we're left with. So we'll be left with 1 slice out of 4 slices. Okay. And again, you could check that your fraction's fully cancelled as an insurance, and it is. Okay, what about part B? Same idea. The whole number is just 1. We're subtracting 7/12. The denominator of the fraction that you're subtracting tells you how many slices make up the 1 whole. So there's 12 slices altogether. We're subtracting 7 of those slices, so we're going to be left with 5 slices out of a total number of 12 slices. So our answer there would just be 5/12. And again, just to make sure, check that the fraction is fully cancelled, and it is. The second situation, what if the whole number is not 1? So if we'll take a look at part A, what if the whole number was something like 9? What we do is we borrow 1 from the whole number. So what I mean by that is we're going to break 9 up and we're going to write it as 8 plus 1. So we are borrowing 1 from this whole number of 9. So we're rewriting it as 8 plus 1. So plus 1 is what we're borrowing. We then copy down the minus 7/8. And then the purpose of borrowing the 1 is we're now going to do the subtraction. So I'm going to put a box around the 1 and the subtraction sign and the 7/8. So we're actually going to do this subtraction, and then whatever we get for that, we're going to piece our answer together. So 1 subtract 7/8, again, the denominator tells you how many slices make up the 1 whole. So 1 whole is made up of 8 slices. We're taking 7 of those slices away, so we're just going to be left with 1 of those slices out of a total of 8 slices. Okay. Now, we then are left with 8 plus what we've just got, 1/8. Now 8 plus 1/8 is just going to give us 8 1/8. So our final answer is just going to be 8 1/8. Again, let's look at part B. We're subtracting a fraction from a whole number, but the whole number isn't 1. So what we're going to have to do is borrow 1 from it. So we're going to rewrite 5 as 4 plus 1. And then we'll just copy down our fraction that's being subtracted. We're going to do our subtraction first here. So what I'm going to do is put a big box around the 1, the subtraction sign, and the fraction that comes immediately after it. So we're going to do our subtraction. Again, 1 subtract 8/19. We're subtracting a fraction from 1. So the denominator of the fraction tells you how many slices make up the 1 whole. So there's 19 slices making up this 1 whole. We're taking 8 of those slices away, so that's going to leave us with 11 slices out of a total of 19 slices. So the answer for the subtraction bit is 11 over 19. All we do now is we piece our answer together. So we are now left with 4 plus 11 over 19, and that's just going to be 4 and 11 over 19. And again, that's our final answer. And again, checking that the fraction bits that you're left with are fully cancelled, and they are.